Welcome back. We are nearing the end of, so far, the most awkward car ride of the campaign. Perhaps to be surpassed in the next episode. We'll see. We found out, at least from Curie's eyes, that Mr. Bell is not a robot, but in fact is a living, breathing adept. And so we arrive in the van, unless somebody wants to do something on the way. Okay. So with a vehicle, it's probably easier. You exit the underground into downtown, and then you take the surface roads to the area near Puget Sound, and then there are ways to get the vehicle at least most of the way into the Zone 9 underground. You're basically under the northwest coast of downtown. And the roads don't really go that far into Zone 9 before they get too narrow for the van to go in, and you guys kind of have to proceed on foot toward the address you're looking for.
If we're going on foot anywhere, I'm going to go ahead and cast my Nothing Hurt Me Please spells.
Okay.
All right,
while she's casting, I like to throw out this fun fact. Did you guys know that in 1907 they condemned the underground because of the bubonic plague?
Oh,
That's an interesting fact.
All right.
Get used to it.
I pushed the wrong button, by the way. I just cast sorcery instead of casting a spell.
Okay.
I magicked, everyone. I don't know what I did, but I magicked.
I punch Fisher in the shoulder.
Ow.
And then I look at Mr. Bell and I say, "Thanks, man."
You are very personable.
Don't tell my boss that.
So I have 2 hits on armor.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do my increased reflexes. But whatever I roll, I'm only going to probably take 2 dice. But we'll see how I'm feeling. Got 4 hits. So I would get an extra 2 plus 2d6.
If you take 2 of those hits, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 3.
Take 3. Oof.
So my drain is going to be...
It's going to be 7.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's boosted by... The drain is boosted by 1 per extra hit you take above 1.
Gotcha. Jesus, mother.
Oof, that's a lot of drain.
Yep, it is. And I've only got 1 4 no, I've got 2 4s in there.
Do it.
All right, since I'm being cheered to do it. I'll go ahead and use the rest of my edge to
Awesome.
change that 2 hits to 4 hits, so I do still take 3 stun.
3 stun, yep.
Now, is that physical or is that stun?
That is stun.
Okay.
And what does that look like for like people around you? Like when you're magically stunned?
Let me describe now that I have cast all of my things. Can someone take that 1 physical away? Because that's not true. Can't reset physical. I found it. Okay. All right. So basically, when we park, I kind of like wave my hands around and speak some Latin, and this like shimmering, icy covering like comes over me first, and then disappears as it becomes invisible armor. And then after that, I kind of like wait just a second to see if like how much wind that's going to take out of me. But I kind of like I'm feeling pretty good. So from there. I start almost like buzzing, like creating this friction around me, and like kind of starting to move in that double speed where like you kind of see like a wave of motion, like mirror imagey kind of thing, shift. And but when I like come to, like I'm definitely twitchy because I am moving faster than I normally do. Like normal speed seems slow to me now. But it's kind of like a mixture of standing up too fast, but also like taking an actual hit on the head. So I just have a massive pounding headache as I come out of that. And I just kind of close the eye, like the one eye, and kind of try to like compensate for my new friend migraine that is here for the rest of the evening.
Having heard random Latin, he looks back into the backs, or because you're in the back, right?
I'm in the far back, yeah.
Yeah, I like turn around and I look and I go, "Mahozukai, okashine," and he's just speaking Japanese, which just basically I just said, magic users are weird.
Violet says that she agrees with you in Japanese.
Nice.
I also do the same.
I'm like, yes.
I do not hear it, which I was gonna say frag you, but I will not.
Oh.
I at least have a language I can say stuff to the others in that you can't.
I don't understand, but I say Japanese, impressive.
I look at Mr. Bell and I go, "You're full of surprises." I still don't know that you're magic, so I'm excited to see that. Like as a player, my character has no idea. So we arrived, right?
Yeah. So you there's a point where you have to park the van and get out and go on foot, and that's when Curie sort of tries to get out too quickly and smacks her head, and you get the sense that you're not sure how, because you didn't stop by soy bucks, but it's like she had like 3 or 4 soy bucks in one shot. And she is sort of she's a little twitchy because increased reflexes will do that.
Got it.
But what you're seeing here is, and you know enough about the underground that Renraku is working to get infrastructure into the underground, as the underground it's really still developing. But there are shops here. The infrastructure is not as like nice and solid as it is in the main section of the underground underneath the core of downtown. But there are lights, there are shops. You still get matrix signal, though occasionally it gets spotty. And you're sort of walking your way toward the address you have found through your search.
Can I'd like to whisper to Violet. Violet, if I could, I'd like to observe what's happening around us in the astral, but it makes it a little difficult to walk without tripping or bumping into things. May I place a hand on your shoulder to guide me?
Well, you're welcome to. I'm not real strong, but I'll be happy to help you out if I can.
Doesn't require any strength. It will help me steady myself as I walk.
Well, yeah, that's fine by me. Thank you for asking. That's awful polite.
We're approaching the place that we're trying to get to, his hideout.
Mm-hmm.
What do the buildings or structures in the immediate area kind of look like?
So there's a wide variety of different structures. Some of them are actually sort of like small shops, ranging from actual like small buildings to the down to things like the little photomat booths that you would go up to, that size of thing, to like a food truck, to food trucks that have been like food truck sized establishments that have been placed there permanently, down to holes in the wall.
Fisher, are we approaching the location?
Yes, that is why we are parked.
I thought we were walking.
We are walking. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's why.
That's part of I missed part of Curie's description. You're using Violet for support because you're still sensing, or because you're tired?
Because I'm still sensing. So basically, I stopped sensing in the car after I gave a once over to Mr. Bell. And then as we get out of the car and everyone's looking around, like I'm thinking that maybe I might be able to spot someone awakened, or like who knows. So I'm just flipping my vision and tripping over anything that is fuzzy as I look at auras and just hold on to her shoulder to guide me.
Go and make an astral test for me.
Sure.
And then Fisher, you were doing something.
I think Mr. Bell was talking to me, but you do see Fisher pull out some earbuds that he has, and he plops them in. He has his goggles on already, and he also pulls out a device that he plans to use when we get to the door of the place that we're in.
So if we're approaching the door, I also want to do astral figure it out thingy.
Sure.
But what does yours look like?
But I will separate from the group in stealth, and I want to get to a high point to do it.
So there are very few high points because this is all underground.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there are places where it goes a little deeper, down ramps. You can kind of do it from you go essentially like half a block to the side, and you can kind of look down. Sure,
yeah.
So I'll ask first for a stealth test, and I'll give you an edge point for your electrochromic.
Do I just hit the word stealth?
Yeah, if you hit the word stealth, it should roll it for you.
Okay. I did it. Do it again.
Oh, before you click it 15 times, check the under your character sheet again, because sometimes it'll ask you follow-up questions.
Oh, whoa! Did I do the wrong thing?
So you did it 4 times, and I popped up in the window 4 times. I'm going to take the first one, which unfortunately is fairly terrible.
Yeah, let's do one of the thingies where I do it again.
Where you do some edge.
Do some edge.
Yeah. Where's my cheat sheet?
So I gave you an edge for the electrochromic.
And I already have 5. So
yeah, so there is a it'll be under, it's essentially edge in combat. Even though we're not really in combat, there's a tab under handouts. So you can see what things cost.
Wait, say that again.
So under the handouts folder, there is an item called Edge in Combat.
Oh, I've got a cheat sheet right here in my
that helps
phone,
too.
Yeah.
In your comm link.
Yeah. In my real life comm link.
Yeah, your real life comm link.
Isn't there like a thing to like reroll all the fails? Isn't like 4 edge or something like that?
Yeah, 4 edge will reroll all your failures.
Oh, wow.
All 9 of them.
Let's do it.
So go ahead and roll 9 dice. So you do that in roll 20 by typing /roll. 9d6 greater than 5.
96. So a thing keeps popping up that says click and drag to roll the dice.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah. Oh, it says rolling dice. I'm getting it. Thanks for hanging in there, chat. Hang in there, baby.
So you got 3 more hits. So you have 4 hits on your stealth check. So you have successfully vanished.
Cool.
And the rest of you no longer hear Mr. Bell around.
Oh, I don't trust that. Where did he go?
and then you can make an astral test because you're sensing.
Right there.
What?
I can see him in the astral.
Yeah. Stealth does nothing for astral.
I am
well,
absolutely
that's not entirely true. I mean, there's
You can
a
do
stealth
astral
test.
stealth.
There's astral stealth you can do.
Okay, so now, how do we?
So if you click the astral button, it should roll that for you.
I don't see any clickable fields.
Do you not have astral skill? Oh, okay. So you do not have astral skill. So this is going to be unskilled use. So there's a button that says unskilled skill use. But first, for attribute, it's going to be intuition. So change the attribute to intuition and then click unskilled skill use.
So click intuition.
Yeah, so under skills,
Mm-hmm.
where it says unskilled skill use.
Girls.
We're learning roll 20.
Yes.
I mean, it's a weird character sheet. I mean, not
It is.
weird, but it's.
Oh,
if
I
you're
see,
not
I
used
see.
to it takes a minute.
Yeah, so change the attribute so it says intuition and then click unskilled skill use.
Tell you
Gotcha.
what, chat. We have bonus content in our Patreon, and maybe we can record like this is what we're seeing with our character sheets. So
Yep.
That's true.
that'd be nice.
What I will say is like the more
yeah.
you use it, the more it makes sense. It's just like the first time you have to find like that thing.
It'll take a few episodes to get used to it.
So
Yeah,
thanks for
I can
hanging in there with us.
I can D&D roll your brains out, but Shadowrun's a different story.
Yes. Okay.
I want to play in real life so I can just like have like 20 die and go boom. There you go.
Yep.
Very satisfying.
So the both of you are sensing do see. So as you sort of come up to the address that Fisher's pointing out, so what you see, like everybody sees, this address is basically like somebody chopped the sliding side door of a van off and bolted it to the wall.
All right. I don't like that. I'm going to use a my what is it? The thing that lets me look for like what is it called? On stealth
Matrix
tag.
perception.
Matrix perception?
No, it's an item like a bug. Not bug. I want to see like if this room is like trapped or like this is someone who had lots of smuggling in their background. I want to make sure that they're not like booby trapping like their house for like when people walk in randomly.
So that'll be a perception test.
Cool.
And those of you who are sensing, you do see across the corridor from this bolted sliding door, there is a spirit hanging around in astral space.
Is it a water spirit?
Let's see. So it is. Let me see what you find out here. The both of you can tell it is a water spirit. And Curie, you can tell that its force is lower than your magic.
Okay. The other thing I want to do is
Oh,
kind
we got a
of
winner here.
a win. I kind of want to. I want to throw back to. Oh,
I would also like to perceive.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, because I just glitched into the Matrix or something. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted
for
to
the spirit, I do want to try to get a deeper look and a sense for like kind of like the frog spirit cologne.
Okay.
Like, what brand of mage is this? Or like, could I recognize this kind of signature in another space?
So you can. I'll let you sense it again.
Okay.
Those of you who want to run extra perception tests can do that too.
Okay. I have contacts that have thermographic vision. I don't know if that's anything that'll help. And then I have earbuds that have a select sound filter. So is there a way for me to tune in to like hear like any noise or anything that's happening behind the door?
Yeah, so you sort of tune your select sound filter to sort of tune out some of the background noise. I mean, you can't tune out all of it because even the select sound filter has limits, and it's a fairly busy corridor going up and down.
Okay.
But you can make an audio perception test.
I rolled 6 hits on my astral, so I know this thing's social security number.
It is a Force 4 water spirit. Its social security number is 5.
5. Got it.
Or rather, its SIN number is 5.
I just looked up glitches again because I wanted to make sure, but at least it's not a critical glitch, right?
That's true. It is not it's not a critical glitch. A regular glitch still is potentially a success. It's just something interesting.
Inconvenient, weird,
Mm-hmm.
wrong happened. I made the water spirit angry, you guys. Sorry.
So you don't sense any traps.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
And the way you don't sense any traps is you go right up to the door and jiggle the handle, and it doesn't blow up on you.
Okay. Yay.
You do see that it has it's got a mechanical lock. It's like they had they bolted the door to the wall and they left the same sort of car key lock in it.
All right.
And as you're testing the door, I appear right next to you. There's a water spirit in the area.
Why would you do that?
Nova, you do not hear anything inside.
Bob, I'd like to try using empathic sense to just get the vibe of the people around us, because we kind of look like a bunch of drunk people trying to break into this house right now, with everybody as sensing. And
you're not wrong. So this is a perception test. And it's like a sensing, but limited to emotional states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's pretty good. So as you sort of extend your senses out around you, yeah, you get the sense there are some people who are, I mean, what is this group of people doing? And then you get a little further down the corridor, you get the sense that's like somebody is pleased that you've rolled up.
So I'm going to share that quietly with the group, that somebody seems to be happy that we are where we are. And then a little bit louder, just as like for the people who could hear us, that's not us, is y'all find the weirdest things when you're day drinking. I don't know what this is all about.
Go ahead and make a contest using the acting specialty if you have it.
I have performance.
You know what? I'll let you do performance, but I won't give you the edge for it.
That's fine.
You do with the 5 hits on empathic sense. You do sort of narrow down the pleased that you're here sense to a group of Scratcha. Scratcha are part of an orc gang that have long inhabited the underground and have long run. They do some organized crime. It's basically some protection, some smuggling, it's your basic gang, but they're limited to the underground.
And they're the ones that are happy?
They're the ones that are happy.
Are you able to tell, like, in what way they're happy we're gonna move on them, or happy, like, I don't know.
You don't get
the feeling, like the real, like the exact feeling of it.
you don't get much more than that because it's empathy, not telepathy.
Is there telepathy in this?
There's definitely a mind probe spell.
Well, there's Mind Link too, which is less invades.
Less intrusive, yes.
I mean, I just want to be a psionic. I think that's my next character. Am I already planning to make more Shadowrun?
Episode 3, Fisher dies.
And then you get a psychic.
And you don't have a
No,
decker.
I like Fisher a lot. It's a lot. He has a lot of stuff going on at once.
I'd like to talk to the spirit. I assume it sees that we're all here since we see it and we're not sneaking.
Yeah, so yeah, it sort of looks at you guys and then starts to flit off toward the exit.
Hey, you got a minute? Did I catch it or is it flitting?
Nope, sorry, gotta go. You do sense that it's stuck around long enough to sense your group.
Cool. So as soon as it says that, I look at Nova and go, catch me, and then leave my body. And I'm gonna go chase it.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a reaction test for that one.
You just hit the ground. Oh no.
I mean, that can happen. That's a possible.
Yeah, so you do catch her.
I'm chasing it.
You are chasing it. Okay.
Look, there's a little cat in my cup.
So you start chasing it. It is clearly running. And you know, because it's the underground and you're under like living earth, you do have to wait for. Basically, you're doing sort of normal speed until you get out of the underground, and then it looks like it's going to speed off, unless you do something.
I'm okay. So if it's going to speed off, I want to speed up so that I kind of keep a line of sight from above on it as I chase it. I just want to see where it's going. So
Okay.
See if that's helpful at all.
So it does. So you do see a few things. First of all, as you exit the underground, you do see more stuff flying around in astral space.
Okay.
Because it's busy.
Yeah.
You do see the spirit does fly off in a direction, and I'll give you the rough direction as soon as I look at my map here. It flies off roughly east-ish.
Eastish. Okay. I'm still trying to track it from my bird's eye view.
You also sense that either you or it or both are being followed by a larger spirit. If you'd like to make an astral test for that.
I would. Rethinking my life choices as well, but here we are.
And the group never saw Curie again. No, I'm just-
She's right here.
She starts spitting blood and you don't know what's going on.
yeah.
Okay, so with 3 hits on astral signatures, ooh, that's a lot of ones. You get that it is a. Let me pull it up here. It is an air spirit,
Okay.
and it is bigger than you.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's see.
I want to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You also get the sense that this is a great form.
Great form? What's that?
So great form is summoned through. Yes, it's a very great form.
It's great.
So great form spirit is summoned and enhanced through through an initiate power called Invoking. So they're aptly named. They are great form. They are greater than a normal spirit of that force.
Okay. Which
So
also
they tend to
means
have more powers and more powerful powers than spirits of their type.
also means that whoever summoned it is chonkier than me. I'm gonna
Almost certainly.
I'm gonna pretend for now not to notice it as I
Okay.
keep chasing this other one.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you for another astral test
Okay.
without the specialization,
Okay.
because this is more of a tracking roll.
Okay. 2 hits.
Okay. So you do track it into. Well, you're not really. Are you familiar with the Metroplex?
She's new to town, so
Okay,
probably
so
not.
you probably don't know, but you do sort of track it into a region where the city sort of fades away and it's more life. As if there's more stuff growing. Not as many really tall buildings and much more life. And it sort of dives in and around what buildings and what trees and stuff there are. You do eventually lose it.
Okay. When I lose it, I kind of like pinpoint on the like last spot I saw it, and I'm gonna briefly manifest so that I can actually see the area, so that I can be like, okay, I kind of, or at least be able to describe it better to the others, other than it was astrally.
So manifesting doesn't really give you any further perception. So you can't like manifest and read computer monitors or anything. But you do sort of take a survey of the area around you so that you can describe at least the life part of it and sort of general topology to your comrades.
Okay. While I'm doing that, is the great form still chasing the other thing, or stopping with me to watch me?
It is stopping to watch you.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start zipping again, but I'm gonna zip through buildings and stuff so that I hopefully break sight. And like I start making like weird angles and stuff. So like I'll drop 4
Sure.
stories, zoom to the next building, raise 16 stories, zoom to the next building and stuff. So
Okay.
I'm harder to follow.
That's fine. You do eventually lose it. Either you've lost it or it's given up chasing you. As far as you're concerned, it's the same result. It is no longer following you.
Okay. All right. Time to go back to my body. So I come to this. This all took seconds, right?
With you tracking it, it probably took 5-10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Man, it was going for a while when.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't going like full throttle out. You were actually tracking something.
Okay.
And so that did take some time.
So I come back to and I go. Air spirit. There was a water spirit here. Didn't want to talk to me. Got a good look at all of us before taking off. I tracked it to a location that is, and I'm subvoking all this, by the way, because we're being sneaky
Sure.
about.
You're being sneaky?
So I tracked it to a part of the Metroplex that had a lot of greenery, a lot of plants, a lot of life. And I kind of give more of a description, hopefully someone that with more Seattle knowledge.
Yeah, I want to think about where that could be.
And then
Yeah, so when she tells you sort of eastish from where you are and talks about lots of plants and trees and life, you instantly, because you know enough about the Metroplex, this is out in Snohomish.
Oh, nice. I like Snohomish.
Um,
I mean, in real life.
which at least in 2080, in 2082, it is very farmland. Much of it is dominated by agribusinesses.
And then I keep going in my story while Fisher's thinking about this, and say, also, I started being followed by some sort of great form spirit, which is unsettling.
Great form.
It's-
Sorry, I don't know about magic.
It's a spirit, like, I can summon a spirit right here, right now, but more advanced abilities when you study hard and you do summoning through this almost ritualistic, it's like a next level thing where you can summon spirits that are bigger and have more power.
So
and
someone just has more XP. Got it.
Sort of.
Video
Anyway,
game reference. I like it.
it's bigger. It has more power than I do, which is scary because not only does it have more power, then likely the mage who summoned it has more power as well. So we're getting into something deeper here.
So what it sounds like, because we know the person we're looking for, and he says that really quietly to make sure it's not heard by outside ears, but he's like, has water spirits, correct? So maybe he's trying to keep a low profile because people are hunting him. And maybe this person who has this greater form spirit thing is part of the people hunting him. I mean, if this dagger, this magic dagger, magic is so weird. And I'm sure Curie like rolls her eyes at that. But he's like,
It's
but
science.
if
It's not weird.
if it's as powerful as maybe it could be, I imagine someone really powerful with that in hand could be pretty terrifying. So maybe our guy's scared and hunting. I mean, and hiding.
There's also a
As-
very real possibility that the scrap that are down the way there.
Mhm.
I heard a rumor that they're also into smuggling. So it could be a competing company. And I'm so sorry, Mr. Bell. I did not mean to interrupt you like that.
Oh, I wasn't going to talk. That was Roland. No, go ahead. As everyone's having this discussion, I want to sink into stealth and crack the door open. Unlock the door.
So the door is locked, so you will need an engineering test. If you have lockpicking specialization, you can use that.
Cool. Do I need to stealth again, or are we using the old roll?
We'll use the old roll.
Probably better.
I don't necessarily need you to re-roll that every 5 minutes or anything.
But can I say you appeared next to me and then you disappeared again?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't like that. All right.
Yeah, so you go to pick the lock and you have no trouble whatsoever. You have like some of the rakes in your kit are specifically designed for these what must be a 30-year-old mechanical lock. So you like rake it once or twice and it pops.
So I grab the door handle and I open it up just slightly,
Okay, so you grab it and it starts to slide.
and then I peek in.
Okay.
That face, though.
So what you see, so as you pull the door slightly open and you sort of peer in, because it's a van sliding door. I mean, this is not like a full height door. This is like, this is maybe a meter and a half across. That's just large enough that if you bolt a standard van door over it, it will cover the hole. And so anybody human size or taller is going to have to hunch over as you go in. But you do see it's sort of, it's that size just at the door and it opens up again. So it's more sort of human orc sized. And it is a single room with a few lights and a mini fridge plugged into electrical outlets that are still hanging from the walls, like the place is still under construction.
Cool.
So it's got those sort of like the straight wire guide that goes to an outlet that's there. Like somebody hasn't put in a wall there yet.
Fisher, loop the cameras
Yeah,
if there are any.
on it. I'm gonna loop some cameras. I also want to jam communications using a jammer that I have
Okay.
with me.
So you pop on the jammer.
Yeah, except our communications, obviously. We can talk as much as we want, but anyone else in the area can't communicate. Or, however, I don't know how wide this area is, actually.
So go ahead and make a matrix perception test.
All right.
And as I finish describing what you see, Mr. Bell, you see sort of off to the side, there's like a little, what looks like a little closet, where you see like a sink and a toilet, but no shower. There is a couch and a folding card table with chairs.
Like an apartment. It's
Like a very basic apartment.
It's like apartment. You know those things that are just like one
apartment,
room.
okay.
Yeah, one room with like a sink on the wall, and they're like $5,000 to rent.
I've never heard that term, but that's apt.
Yeah. Can I see any like crude, maybe like I know he checked the door to see if there's trapped or anything like that, but just want to check the door to see if there's any type of crude traps just right in the area.
Okay, go and make a perception test. So matrix perception is electronics plus intuition.
Oh, me? Matrix perception?
For
That was
sure.
me. That was me.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm juggling two people doing stuff at the same time.
You're doing great.
Okay, so thank you. Your perception test, you don't see any traps. It doesn't blow up in your face or anything.
Then
Oh
I
my God.
open the door wide, and I once again gesture my hand as if I'm like showing
Okay.
everybody an elevator door, and I step aside.
I ignore you and look at Fisher for confirmation.
Oh, you can't ignore me.
I don't think you've met Rim before.
So Fisher, you don't sense any cameras nearby.
That's interesting.
And as you look around, you do see that it's still kind of bare bones. I mean, a lot of the security features you would see topside, or even in the mall area of the underground, have not made it out this far.
Okay.
This is sort of in the outskirts, even of the underground.
Got it. This place seems to be really off the grid somehow. Even within the underground, I'm not seeing any cameras around here that I can jack into. So, sorry about that. I look in the room, and it being kind of smaller than I am, I go, "Is there anything electric that I can use in there, or should I just wait out here for whatever?"
Looks
And
pretty
he-
basic in there.
Yeah, he just goes, "Very talkative group."
And so no one has stepped in yet, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just at the door with my hand out.
How would I sense for like any, like I do want to go in the matrix and see if there is anything electric in the room that would like a tracker or something that would send a signal to someone if the room was entered, like that kind of thing before we go in. How would I do that?
That would be another matrix perception test.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's hope it works. Matrix perception.
Okay, that's
Thank
better.
you. Oh,
That is way better. you do not sense any sort of devices.
That was a really nice roll, by the way.
Yeah, so you're pretty confident that this place is not bugged.
Got it. Yep.
Yes,
what are our
Jerry?
friends? Oh, sorry.
Did you just high five me, Roland? I love you. Can I go back to Astral Vision and check for a ward? Because I have spells up and that could hurt.
That could hurt. Yeah, so you switch back to Astral Vision. If you'd like to make an astral test, you can do so.
Sorry, Jen.
Mm-mm.
And Jen, you were doing...
I was going to check on our friends down the street to see if they were still watching us.
They are. They're sort of slowly making their way toward you guys. Cure, you do not sense any wards.
All of this, like all the concern, I don't say a dang word about it, so it's all internal. Like,
Is there a back door out of this place, or if we go in, we're stuck in there?
So as Mr. Bell opens the door, you don't see another door into this place. So this is like somebody bolted a van door to a cave.
Just so y'all are aware, we do have some friends that are coming up from down the way. So if we get in there, we might be stuck.
We should probably get going then.
Yeah. Can I turn off their weapons? Can I attack? Like, try to turn stuff off before?
Oh, we can certainly go there if you want to go there.
I mean, if they are waiting and coming up the stairs, I feel like that is we're leaving, right? Are we leaving? Is that the plan?
there could be a clue inside of.
Yeah, I would.
And nobody has set foot in the place.
Yeah, not without a check
Oh my
first.
god. Okay, I go in there, and I'm rolling perception.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Thanks, Nova.
Yep, you're the brave one of us.
Oh my god.
I'm squishy, you guys. Like,
my
I'm
God.
big, but I'm squishy.
Worst dungeon team ever.
I have a headache. It's a big chonker of a headache.
Could you imagine just everyone going in the dungeon and seeing like a room and going,
No.
Oh, maybe.
I'd like to spend 2 edge to make one of my 4s a 5.
Sure.
Cool. So 5
That
hits.
gets you 5 hits. Okay. So you look around real quick, and you do sense that it looks like maybe somebody slept here last night. Because there's a sheet and a pillow sort of haphazardly draped over the couch, and it looks like the pillow still has the indentation of somebody's head. The couch looks like it's been slept on frequently. Looks pretty old. And you check in the fridge just because. Maybe it's your Stuffer Shack employee coming to bear. But you check the fridge, and you do see in the back of the freezer, you find a sort of a wannabe Born identikit. There is there are 2 burner comm links. So you see 2 comm links that are rating 1. A standard cred stick that when you push the button it reads 250. And a Fischetti Security 600 light pistol.
Ooh.
Okay.
someone got out of here real quick.
Yeah, I share this with my image through my image link. So you guys can see. Should I take this stuff?
I mean, you would hear Fisher go, I mean, if there are burner comm links, I always could take some more.
I pocket them.
Yes, you see in your AR, it's sort of each of those things is circled. It says take ? Take ?
And you just see a little like thumbs up symbol that's like an emoji that's like pew.
Put them in pockets next to my snacks. I check the microwave.
Like they
I like to
requested.
check the back of the toilet.
Okay. Yeah. So that's about all you find of interest in here. The bathroom has seen better days. I mean, somebody installed a toilet and a sink, in a cave, and it kind of looks it. The plumbing is old, but you get the sense from around here as they were expanding out, that's what they had to work with.
Um,
So you claim the items and start to make your way out.
and when Nova steps in and I see she doesn't explode, I'll step in too and just kind of get another astral look to see if I can match the signature with
Okay.
with the spirit I saw earlier.
Yeah, go ahead and make another a sensing test.
As I leave, I say, "Too late. I already got all the good stuff."
Yeah, so the sort of residuals that you see here, it looks like either the spirit or its summoner or both have been in here frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
And by then, the Scratcher are starting to come into sort of. They come into a range where they sort of, hey, how you doing?
You see, Fisher's has his back turned because I wanted to hack stuff.
You wanted to hack? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do that after we come back from our mid-session break, as we're now at the 10 o'clock hour Eastern time. So we'll go ahead and take our 10-minute break. Remember to type hashtag RemPC in the chat for your chance to win.
When
Just be nice to us. You can also
it's supportive.
Yeah. or make more puns. All the puns you have, we can just have a repository of puns for every day.
Yeah.
Just like bounce them off each other, like just a list of different.
So,
just try things,
The reason you type in hashtag RemPC is to enter for free to win a copy of Shadowrun Sixth World Core Rulebook Seattle Edition, and that's in PDF. And you can also go to remalternus.com/Nuyen. And for every $5 you spend, you get an extra entry to win. We draw at the end of this show at about midnight Eastern time. So enter to win and support our stream and support our cast. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes.